Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Tristan Barracks here, the digital storyteller, and I am super excited to be sharing this unboxing video with you today vis-a-vis live stream. And first and foremost, thank you for joining me. Secondly, I know it's been a while. What have I been doing, Tristan? Well, I've been working. I've been doing some really cool projects that I can't wait to share with you right now. I can't really discuss some of the projects, but once they're released, I'm going to start sharing it both on my channel as well as on my social media streams. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Yay! You're awesome. Really appreciate you. Also, thank you to those that have kept on watching the videos that I've put out. I'm going to be putting out some more videos, and also I want to be putting out some challenges to the creatives out there, because I want to inspire people, and I want people to feel motivated and feel challenged and creative and all that good stuff. So lots of great things to come. Right now, I am not at home, as you can see. I got some old pictures over here right over there. And then I got some china behind me. I look like I'm in like some antique shop, but I'm not. I'm actually at my mother-in-law's house, chilling out by the Niagara Peninsula kind of area. And I'm super excited because I picked up the Sony FS5 Mark Mark II. And I'm super excited about it. First, because, well, I am a Canon user, or was a Canon user. And the first camera that I actually owned was, I think it was the HDV 30 or something like that. It was like a tape, HDV cam tape recorder. And then I purchased a Canon 60D years ago. Actually, my dad purchased for me. I don't think I ever paid him back for that, but don't tell him I told you that. And then I moved on to the 5D Mark III. Then I have the 5D Mark IV, and C100 Mark I. So I've been a Canon guy since I started this sort of digital storytelling, cinematography, filming journey. And a few years ago, I started to see what Sony was doing, and I thought, you know what? I need to upgrade. I want to kind of step into the 4K market. And at the time, Canon didn't have anything. So I said, you know what, let me just try this A6300, see how it is. And it blew my mind. I loved it to the point where that almost became my primary camera. And then I sold my 5D Mark III, used the money from my 5D Mark III to buy the A7S Mark II. And I've had that now for just over a year, and it's been dope as well. And I was just like, you know what? I think I'm ready to replace my C100. You know, I've had it for about 5-6 years now. It's a solid camera. I actually have a video coming out in the next couple of weeks that actually talks about how much I love that camera and how relevant it is even to today in terms of the usability and the quality that you get out of it. All those sort of great stuff that, you know, people don't talk about, you know, because everybody's so worried about 8-bit versus 10-bit versus 4K versus RAW versus blah, 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 blah. And, you know, we can get lost in the numbers, but at the end of the day, there are some dope cameras out there that are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old that can really do the job for 90% of your work. But at this point in time, I had some new projects coming up, and I really wanted to kind of up the ante per se. So I decided, I did a lot of research. I was thinking about going with the C200. I was thinking about going maybe to C300 Mark II. I was also thinking about, you know, jumping onto the Ursa bandwagon, the Blackmagic Ursa Mini or the Mini Pro. I looked briefly into getting a red camera, and I just felt like, you know, the best fit for me based on my budget, based on the fact that at the end of the day, I don't want to be running a business for buying new gear. I'm not making money to buy new gear. That's not my business model. My business model is I'm in business to make money. So if I'm in business to make money, I got to figure out what tool can speak to the plethora or the multiplicities of the work that I do, but at the same time will give me the value in terms of feature set, in terms of price range, in terms of quality, you know, for whatever I pay for, right? So, you know, the price I get it for. So at the end of the day, you know, as a creative, it's not about, you know, just thinking about, okay, I'm going to get the most expensive camera because that's going to make me the best creative. No, you got to find the tool that works for you. And in this case, the FS5 Mark II was the camera I chose. Now, I'll tell you a few things. The reason why I went with the FS5 Mark II and not the FS5 Mark I, number one was because this camera comes with all the upgrades right out the box. When I talk about the upgrades, I'm talking about the high frame rates. So you can do 120 frames per second in 4K, which is dope. You can do 4K RAW output using a external recorder. You can also do 240 frames at 2K, which is super dope. So there's a lot of flexibility that you have with this particular camera. Again, I have, you know, my MC11, Sigma MC11 adapters that allow me to adapt my Canon Sigma lenses to this body, and I can get some really cool shots from there. This also actually is not only just the camera body, but I also got the kit lens. And a part of the reason why I got the kit lens, I wasn't going to get it at first. I'll tell you the truth. I was not going to get the kit lens, but the kit lens was pretty nice. Like I saw a lot of reviews on YouTube and people liked it. But the other thing is the kit packages came in way quicker and way faster than just the body packages of the FS5 Mark II. So I just said, let me pull the trigger. It's a couple $100 more, and it's all good. I have an extra lens that's Sony native, which is great. But the last reason why I picked this particular camera was because Sony was touting a new color science. The color science was, I believe it's called Venice, the Venice color science, which is very close to like red or like connected to their color science that they put into their top level red equivalent camera, which is the F55. And that camera is like, I don't know, like $30,000, $40,000. And they put that same color science into this Super 35 sensor and this camera. And the skin tones are supposed to look better, and everything's just supposed to look more cinematic. So I'm really excited to see that. But let's get started. We have a few things that we got to open up. I got the camera here. I also have the accessory kit, the Adamus Shogun Inferno accessory kit, because I got that package. Because if you're going to do it, you might as well do it up. You feel what I'm saying, fam? Anyways, I digress. Let's open this up. Let's see what's going on. Let's pop in here. You smell that? That's the smell of a fresh camera. So, all right. I'm going to just, what am I going to do? I'll put this right over here, and I'll just pull it out one at a time. So we got this thing here right now. And I think this is the grip. Yes, this is the grip. So this is the FS5 Mark II grip, right? I've heard a lot about this. I've heard some great things about this little handle here. Super ergonomic, allows you to control everything with one hand, which is great. So we got that over here. That's dope. What's this here? This is the charger. No, this is the screen. Okay, so we got a screen. It's pretty straightforward there. I mean, again, a lot of these accessories are the same sort of accessories that were in the Mark I packaging. But hey, for those of you that never seen that, never seen the Mark I unboxing, I'm gonna do that for you, okay? With this Mark II. So this is the lens here. So we got the lens hood. That's all right there. And then this is the camera. It is the 18, right here, the 18 to 105 f4. The thing that people love about this is, again, the length. So one of my favorite lenses, if you've seen any of my videos in the past, is the Canon 24 to 105, because I love the range. I love the fact that you can get really wide, but then you can also zoom in and get telephoto or even macro on the long end of the lens. And this is kind of the similar lens. I don't know if it has macro features on it, but the thing that I love about it is right here is actually a motorized a motorized zoom in, panning in and out, or zooming in and out switch. So that actually allows you to get really like nice slow zoom ins and zoom outs. Really great for documentary style things, run and gun things. If you're shooting weddings and that's sort of your style. I usually use a lot more primes when I'm shooting a wedding, but you know, if you're in a situation where like you don't have time to switch lenses, this is actually a pretty good lens, and it's actually pretty light. I'm actually surprised at how light it is, but it's dope. I'm excited about that. All right, let's get on to the rest of this. All right, so we got the charger here. It's pretty straightforward. Boring. We got our battery here. One thing I noticed about these Sony batteries is even charged. It's not charged at all, so I got to charge it up. One thing I've noticed about these Sony batteries is they're super expensive, and I don't know if they're super different. Hey, babe, how you doing? I'm just live streaming. You want to see my sexy wife, who I'm married to and who has allowed me to spend money on gear? Her name's Nat. Say hi, Nat.
Hi.
Mwah. This is my wife. This is the other half of the digital storytelling crew. But yeah, this battery is actually I've heard it's really good. The performance is good, but they're also super expensive. So if you guys have any suggestions on, you know, the equivalent, Sony batteries are third-party equivalents to these Sony batteries. I think they're, what are these called? BPU 30s, 60s, or 90s. If you guys have any suggestions, please leave them down in the comments, because I'd love to know. I need to buy probably, usually with something like this, I usually like having at least 3 to 4 batteries, because let's be honest, if you're running and gunning for the whole day, you don't want to ever have to be stopping to charge. So we got the power cord over here for the charger. We have the eye cup. You want to take it out of plastic? I'm going to take it out of plastic. I'll take it out of plastic. The eye cup right here. This is all not sexy at all, guys. It's pretty basic. Okay. We got our remote. Okay, and then this is our USB cable. I have no idea what it's for, but it's USB micro. Great. Never use that. Well, maybe I might use it. I don't know. What's inside here? What is this? What is this? Oh, this is the handle. Right here. This is the all trusty handle. It's very much, I mean, again, I feel like Sony really kind of, you know, stole a lot of these designs and just made it better from the C100. But I like it. I mean, I love the C100. It's probably one of the best cameras I've ever used, not just from a quality standpoint, but from an ergonomics and a camera design standpoint. So, I mean, I love it. The handle makes sense. You know, we got our zoom in, zoom outs. We got our record functionality. Obviously, our little holder, our mic holder. We got our cold shoe here, or is it a hot shoe? I'll check later. We have our mic, built-in mic. I'm pretty sure the mic's probably crap, but I'll test it out anyways. The thing I do really like is we got some quarter 20 mounts all over this handle. So, I mean, again, you can put on extra monitors, you can put on extra accessories, and you're good to go. That's the other thing I really, really like about this is that, so to attach the handle to the actual camera, you get 2 screws instead of 1. The reason why this is significant, it seems like a small thing, but it's a big thing for me, is that with the C100, you know, you would try and tighten the handle with the 1 screw knob, and sometimes it wouldn't tighten or screw on exactly the way you want it, and the handle would loosen. So having 2 just makes it a little bit more stable and more firm, which I love. I mean, if you're running a gun, the last thing you want to do is think about tightening, you know, the handle of your camera. Hey, what's up? Whoever is, hit me up. Whoever is watching, just say what's up, say hi if you have any questions. And here is the body. Wow. This is the FS5 Mark II body. This is super dope. I mean, it's really light. Like it's literally maybe not even maybe half a pound more than my A7S Mark II. Maybe a pound more, but this is really, really light. I mean, this is the thing that's going to allow me to shoot 4K RAW. Well, let's do it. This is amazing. A few other things I wanted to let you know about. The other thing that I really, really loved about what people were saying about the FS5, both the Mark I and Mark II, is the variable ND filters. So yes, you have that feature on the C100, but the difference is that the C100 has like 1 stop, 2 stops, 3 stops, or I think it's like 2, 4, and 6, something like that. And they're hard stops. So they're like filters that go right over the sensor and they just kind of flip over. And that's cool. And then you kind of adjust your ISO. But then with the FS5, you have those hard stops, but then you have the electronic ND where you can actually fine tune the actual density and the darkness and the tint or the opacity of that filter. So that's what makes it a lot different and a lot better in terms of what I'm excited about. Obviously, you have your audio knobs here. You have some customizable buttons, which I'll get into. I mean, again, this is a brand new body for me. I haven't actually ever used this camera before, but I've heard so much great things about it. This right over here, yep. So right over here is where we're going to put in our SD card slots. Again, another dope thing that I love about this camera, as well as my C100, is once you get up to this level of camera, you're going to get dual card slots, dual SD slots, which is paramount because actually when I was traveling to Jamaica, I was shooting something with my A7S Mark II, and I think the battery actually conked out, and it was kind of crazy. I lost like the last clip because the battery conked out, which was kind of crazy. And I was actually really scared because I was like, well, this only has 1 card slot. So what if the whole card got fried? Then I would have lost it, right? So anyways, that being said, I am going to check to see if there's any comments here. Hey, what's up, Cree? How you doing? That's my sister there. Hey, listen, don't be following her, okay? Don't subscribe to her. She's not available. Anyways, I just wanted to do this quickly. The other thing I want to show you before I sign off here really quickly is a few other really key features. So full HDMI input, which is very important. So I can just use any HDMI cable I have. I don't have to use a micro or a mini or a whole bunch of other crap stuff. The other thing that takes this over the top is it has an SDI port, which means that I can, export my 4K RAW from this port, which I'm going to try and do very shortly. And I also have, what is this? This is an Ethernet. It's an Ethernet, what is it, gigabit port? I don't know. You guys got to tell me that. I got to read the manual a little bit more. I'm not even going to try and pose and act like say I know everything. I really don't. I'm just super excited to have this camera. So any questions, leave it in the comments below. I will answer them for you. Oh, I haven't actually even opened up my my Shogun Inferno. Let me do that really quickly. So for those of you that don't know, I'll leave this right here. Maybe you can see this a little bit better. I'll turn this on. For those of you that don't know what the Shogun Inferno is, the Shogun Inferno is what we call a digital recorder. So it allows you to record externally to a hard drive from your camera in a higher quality. The reason why this is important is because SD cards or other smaller media recording formats only allow you to record in a certain codec, and that codec is based upon whatever camera you're using. So, for instance, if you're using a A7S Mark II, it's MPEG or AVC HD. If you're using the FS5 internally, it's a certain codec or a certain quality, and that quality compresses the image that the camera sees. So the camera sees an image, it gets a dope a dope sunset. You're filming a dope sunset, and then now what it does is it captures it, brings it into the camera compresses it, and then puts it onto the media that you have in there. In this case, it'd be SD card, and that compression is a certain type of file type that will allow for some quality to be kept, but a lot of it to be dispersed or dismantled. So this particular device right here the Shogun Inferno or the Ninja Inferno allows you to record in the highest quality possible. And it also at the same time turns it into a format that's usable for Final Cut Pro, for Avid, for Premiere Pro, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm gonna open this up. We have this nice little soft case. I just dropped on the ground. It's all good. We're all good. I don't know how to open this. Oh, this is so annoying. Oh, there we go. I opened it. All right. So we have the case here. I'm opening this up here. Boom, boom, boom. So we have this. This is it here. This is the Shogun Inferno. So the cool thing about it is that we have our SDI ports here. And then we also have our HDMI on the side here. So this allows us to either send the signal or receive or send the signal through our HDMI ports, or receive or send a signal through our SDI ports here. The SDI will allow us to record things like 4K RAW and 4K 60p, all those sort of things. This is a 7-inch display. There are tons and tons and tons of reviews and videos on it. I think I'll still do a review on it, but I don't think I'll do it from the angle of reviewing all the features. I'll kind of show you some of the results I'm getting from the FS5, this and the FS5 combined together. So this is the caddy, the hard drive caddy that you would use to pop your SD or SSD in, and then you pop it in the back, and then it starts recording the footage that you're shooting on this device. And it takes two batteries, two of those Sony batteries. I don't even know where they are. They might be inside this case. Let me just double check. If they're not, they'll be in the accessory case. All right. Dope. All right, so it's just a power bar in here, and then some adapters, some XLR adapters. So that is the unboxing of the FS5 Mark II. I'm going to be doing some testing tomorrow and uploading some footage because I noticed that there hasn't been much posting from this camera or about this camera. So I'm going to try and post as much as I can. But if you have any questions, just leave them below. And thank you for watching this live stream. Appreciate you. Again, follow me on Instagram, Tristan Barracks. It should be at Tristan Barracks. Or you can follow my hashtag, which is